Hello, welcome to my channel again. Today we have Volkswagen Polo, born 2008. The car has come with the symptom that the engine is shaking, it's heavily misfiring, and also the engine management light is on. The engine code is BZG. Today we are going to investigate that together. So let me start the engine. So the engine is running. As you can see, the rev counter is here, and also the engine management light is illuminating on the dashboard, and also as you can see the engine is shaking. And let's first check the the diagnostic trouble code. Let's connect the scanner first to the car and scan the car and see what is going on in the engine or in the engine electronic system, and then we will see. So the scanner is connected to the vehicle. Okay, as you can see, the scanner cannot detect the VIN number automatically, so I'm going to put that manually there. I'm going to put the VIN number manually. Okay, I have put the VIN number manually, and I'm going to press enter. So then done. Yes, okay. Okay, 2003. It's 9N1, this one. Okay, 1 point. No, actually, this is not the one. Let me find out. I think it's 9N. If I select this one, this is also 9N, and you see that all the engines capacity which is given me here is 1.4. So now I'm going to go back. This time I'm going to select this one. This engine code is BZG, and see, so 1.2 BZG. Let's do like so. That's I have found. This is the engine code that we are looking for. It's 1.2. Yes. I'm going to select just one control unit, otherwise if I select O2 it's going to take longer. So treble code. Okay, we have two treble codes or two DTCs. We are going right now to ignore this one because the customer told me that I have replaced the camshaft position sensor, but the code is still there. But we are going to investigate right now this one. It says cylinder wire injector circuit, open circuit, short circuit to ground. So as you can see, this is the fault code. I'm going to take one photo of it. So as you can see, the cylinder 1 injector is defective or faulty. We are going to investigate this. Okay, as you can see, this is the wiring diagram circuit for the wiring diagram for the injector or fuel injector. So as you can see, this is injector number 1, which we are going to investigate, and also this is the fault code is showing about this injector. So as you can see, the power supply of the injector is supplied through this fuse, and this fuse is fed by the fuel pump relay. No, sorry, this is not. This fuse is fed by the fuel system primary relay, as you can see here. And also this primary relay, fuel system primary relay, also feeds the fuel pump relay as well. As you can see, the output, this is the 87 pin output, goes directly here like so. As you can see, there is a splice here that has come here. This is the fuel system primary relay, and that feeds this relay as well. This relay, as you can see, this relay, and the output of this relay also feeds the output. So output is also joined here. So the fuel pump relay runs by the fuel system primary. So anyway, so our focus is on injector on fuel injector. As you can see, so the fuel injector power supply has the power supply goes through this fuse. What number is it? It is fuse 25, 10 amps, and it's in, I think, in the engine bay fuse box or somewhere, because it says 20x28. Let me show you where is it. Okay, and also this is the number one fuel injector. As you can see here, it's Y 3.1, and the ground wire color is violet and brown. This one, so this one violet and brown, as you can see, and here. So we are going to check the power supply to the injector, and also from the injector the ground side to the ECU. So remember, the color code is violet and brown. Okay, as you can see, the green and white wire is the power supply to the injector, and the violet and brown is the ground circuit of the injector. So first I'm going to check the power supply to the injector. So as you can see, the power supply is 13.9. So this is the power supply. Now I'm going to check the ground side or control side of the injector. So as you can see, we still have 13.9 volt, but also as you can see, we have constant 13.9 volts. Let me show you if you can see here. I'm going to show you outside. As you can see, this is the number one injector. Now I'm going to check the ground circuit of the number two injector, and you watch the signal pattern or the wave pattern. How does it look like? As you can see, okay, this is injector number one. As you can see, as you can see, the voltage is 13.8. It's a constant voltage, and the oscilloscope or the lap scope is connected to the injector ground wire. So let me show you here. As you can see, this is the injector ground wire. I have connected the scope lead to it. Now I'm going to move to a working or serviceable injector. So I'm going to connect the scope lead this is also the control wire of the fuel injector, and this is the second injector. Or so I have connected the scope lead to the control wire of the injector, or to the ground wire, which is controlled by the ECU. And here, as you can see clearly, that the signal is, or the event is taking place, or the injector is opening and closing. As you can see, this is the second injector. Now I'm going to move the scope lead to the third injector. So this is the third injector control wire. Third injector control wire. As you can see, this is to the left hand side. So the power supply or the color of the wire which or the power supply to the injector are the same color. As you can see, white and blue, white and blue, white and blue. So this is the control wire of the third injector, and this is the signal. As you can see, okay. Now we are going, or I am going to back prove this wire at the ECU connector here. I'm going to point the pin number and the connector number on the wiring diagram, and then I'm going to back prove this wire here. Okay, if we had source voltage here at the connector, then that will prove that our wiring is from the injector to the ECU is good. If we had zero voltage, it means that the wire is broken somewhere, or it has open circuit or high resistance between the injector and between the ECU connector. So we are going to prove what we will have. This is pin data, ECU pin data for the injector. So as you can see, injector number 1 control wire is connected to pin 79 here. At this connector, there are two connectors at the ECU. One is the bigger one, which is this one. It's big in a shape, and also one is smaller one. Our injector control wires all connected to this small connector. As you can see, injector number 1 control wire is connected to pin 79 at this connector at the ECU. At this connector at the ECU. So as you can see here, and also the specification we should have at engine idling. So the injector will be grounded approximately 3 milliseconds, and we will have this type of pattern. As I have shown you, we had exactly the same signal or wave pattern that we have here. So injector number 2 is connected to pin 73 at this connector. At this connector, to pin 73 here, and also it has the same specification as injector number 1, and also the signal pattern will look like the same as this one. And also injector number 3 control wire is connected to pin 65 at this connector. So we already proved that our number 2 and 3rd injectors are functioning properly. There is no any fault within these 2 injectors. So our focuses or our investigation is within the injector number 1. So we are going to investigate injector number 1 at pin 79 at this connector, and the specification should be like so. So we are going to test next this. So we are going to prove the injector control wire at pin 79 at this connector here. Okay, this is the electronic control unit on the upper side one. This is the small connector, and here the bottom side, this one is the bigger connector. So our pin will be in this one, in the small connector. So I'm going to disconnect this and see. So I have disconnected the connector, and now I'm going to locate the pin 88, and also I'm going to inspect the male pin side here, the ECU side connector as well. This is the male connector side. I'm going to show you. So these pens look all right. This back probe is connected to pin 79 as I have shown you on the wiring diagram. It's pin 79 at the small connector here at the ECU. As you can see, when I directly connected this or bypassed this wire to the injector control wire here, no longer misfiring is occurring, and here I have got a clear injector signal wave pattern. So if I remove this, watch, look, start misfiring and the signal has disappeared. Okay, if I put that back, signal has come back live on the lap scope screen, as you can see. Okay, now I'm going to find out where is above the wire broken. This mess is not by me. This had already done by someone else. So I'm going to trace this wire, the control wire, where it has been broken, and do the repair. Okay, as you can see, I'm going to check for continuity test. As you can see, I have connected, just one second. Okay, I have connected. This is pin 79 at the small connector here, and it is this one. Let me. And this wire this is connected to the injector number 1 control wire here, and I'm going to check continuity for this. And here in this connector, this is the smaller one, and this is the bigger one. As you can see, this one is the bigger one, and so I'm going to check continuity between this pin 79 at the connector, at the ECU connector here, and control wire of the fuel injector number 1. Okay, as you can see, I have connected this wire to the black lead of the voltmeter, and then the red lead of the voltmeter is connected here to the injector control wire. And also the selecting knob on the voltmeter is on the resistance measurement. So right now the circuit is open or over limit resistance. So I'm going to, okay, now, so the circuit is open between the ECU connector here and the fuel injector controlling wire at the fuel injector connector. And also this mess had already been made by someone else. So I'm going to go from this side and check the wiring, so where the wire has closed circuit. So be with me. Look, I have found the broken wire. It has been broken here. I have peeled off all the wiring loom here up to here, and finally was able to find the broken wire. This is no good, as you can see. I'm going to this side is all right. Okay, as you can see, proper continuity. Just 2 ohms of resistance, and as you can see, connectivity, it's connected here, and this one is connected here, and this is the resistance. So we have repaired the number 1 injector control wire, which was broken here. So now I'm going to insulate the wiring loom again and then put everything back together. So another discovery as well, I found this wire is also broken. As you can see, that may be when you saw previously the camshaft position sensor treble cord, that might be because of that problem, because the customer said that I have replaced the camshaft position sensor, but there is still a fault code is showing, so that could be because of that, but I have not checked the wiring diagram. But I'm going to join or resolder this wire again and see if that fault code we had for the camshaft position sensor is illuminate or can be gone. This was broken, which I have repaired it. This is also broken, and I'm going to repair that one as well. It's going to be here. One end is here, the other end is here. Okay, I have done the repair. As you can see, I've put everything back together. Now I have connected the lap scope to the number 1 fuel injector, and this is the valve pattern. As you can see, the ignition is still off. I'm going to start the engine and see the fuel injector's signal wave pattern. As you can see, no misfiring is occurring anymore, and also this is the number 1 fuel injector signal pattern. So we have done the repair and it was successful, so there is no any engine shaking or misfiring occurring. So now I'm going to check the scanner that if the camshaft position sensor fault is, I think when I repair, that's going to be this wire, because the color is much looks like the same as I repaired. So this is good. Now I'm going to connect the scanner and see the fault code. Erase the fault code again and see if the fault code is any fault code is returned back. The engine management light is still on, and the rev counter is very solid, staying at 850. Okay, as you can see, both diagnostic trouble codes status have been changed to passive or to sporadic. So as you can see, the camshaft position sensor circuit, low input, open circuit, short circuit to ground, and cylinder 1 injector circuit, open circuit, short circuit to ground. This is the fault code, and I'm going to clear that right now. I'm going to turn the engine off. As you can see, the engine malfunction indicator light is still illuminating. I'm going to turn the ignition to off position, ignition off, then on again. Okay, now I'm going to clear the fault codes. So ignition on, engine off, yes. So DTC and freeze data will be deleted. Are you sure you want to continue? Yes, I am sure. Okay, so trouble codes are not detected. So I'm going to go back and once again read trouble code. Okay, no trouble code. Good. Now I'm going to turn the ignition to off position once again and wait for a little bit. And then now I'm going to start the engine. Before rectifying the camshaft position sensor fault code, so when I was starting the engine, it took too long to engine to get start. So now, as you can see, when I have rectified the camshaft position sensor fault code, so ignition is off now. It starts straight away, and the engine management light is off once again, because I have turned the ignition on and off 2 cycles. So now I'm going to check if there is any diagnostic trouble code has returned. Okay, no trouble code has returned. That was a good repair. I hope you enjoyed that this video. Thank you for watching.